Hi guys, what's up? This podcast is sponsored by Yak Attack. It's yakattack.us. What Yak Attack is the leader in the kayak fishing industry who specializes in kayak fishing rigging solutions. As kayak anglers themselves, they are tightly integrated into the kayak fishing community and are acutely aware of what the sport needs. If you need something on your boat, they have thought about it already and then made it and manufactured it. And it comes right out of here, out of Virginia, made in the USA. It all starts with the gear track and or the mighty mount. And the gear track comes in all different sizes and colors. And the screwball that screws into that attaches to the gear track or the mighty mount. That gives you access to attach everything else that Yak Attack makes. And what that is a variety of rod holders, camera mounts for still cameras and GoPros, light poles with the day flags that all fold into the flag, which we're going to talk about a little bit in more detail. Fish finder mounts and the black pack crate system along with the white pack too, and that's been a good seller lately there at where I work at Appomattox River Company. It's been a real good seller. We just sold one today. Well, our focus on today is this month is the Visi Carbon Pro, and that is this badass light that Yak Attack came up with. Pretty much, this was their first product. Many years ago, Yak Attack set the gold standard in kayak visibility with this Visi Carbon Pro. Fast forward today, and it still remains one of the most dependable light flag combo in the industry. It deploys out to a height of 48 inches, and the flag, where the flag and the light can easily be seen, and then it collapses down to 14 inches, which allows you to store it and stow it when it's not in use. The high visibility flag doubles as a pouch, so it makes it easy to store. And that's the really cool part about it. You just saw how I just pulled this unit right here. This is the entire flag and the light pole out of this flag. This goes right inside. Boom. Throw that in the back of the boat. When it gets dark, you can pull this out. And what it has is a cool bungee attachment to it. So you pull that, unwind it. The entire thing snaps together like that. And you have the mighty mount connection here. And you also have it in a ball that comes on the bottom of here. And also like a Scotty style mount, which is the inset type of rod holder. You can sit that inside there. But this keeps it floating and fits it in most rod holders. So you can fit it, this is the way we have it. We usually fit that right in our stern, our crate rod holders, it sticks it vertically. And it's a super bright light, and see that? There's I've done some tape on the reflective part. And even sometimes you even want to put it on the light itself. And that's a super bright light out there in the dark. And the flag goes on with these two little bungees right here. Then the bungee goes right there, and you got the flag. And then if you don't need that, if you want to dull down the light.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah. You can put this over top of the light, and that dulls it down a little bit, which still gives you visibility, still gives you a light, but also kind of knocks it down a little bit. So when you're out there trying to sight cast,
sneak up on fish.
Yeah, light line. This is a good way to go because you're still able to be seen. But it actually gives a nice little green glow. Depends on what kind of flag you have.
Right.
And all kinds of different flag varieties.
I got the orange one.
Yep. And we sell them. KayakKevin.com sells them.
Yeah, that's right.
And Luther made some. We have Luther's logo here, and then on mine we have a little Kayak Kevin logo on there. So.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Yep. And even Mathematics has some with their logo on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But when it folds all up, this is what I like about it. It just
zip it right on.
Zip it right on.
Put the clip. Yeah, mine just stays in my car.
Yep.
Just like that.
Exactly. That's how I brought it out my truck just like this.
Bam.
It's ready to go. Throw in the back of the boat and ready to go. The expected lamp life on this is 10,000 hours of ultra bright high efficiency LEDs with at least 100 hours of light with the three AA batteries that are included. The carbon fiber shaft is lightweight and strong, narrow profile, offers the low wind drag. The foam, of course, that's what I said about the flotation and fits in your rod holder. And it's just it's the best one. It's the best light there is out there. Just the whole setup. the way it's set up. Don't compromise on safety. Depend on what tens of thousands of other paddlers trust. There's only one Visi Carbon Pro. And all this is at Yak Attack and at yakattack.us. All right.
Yeah. It was just smartly built, man. It's just ingenious.
Definitely. All right, you guys want to come in?
What?
It's like, huh?
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Here we are. This is podcast number 34.
Is it echoing like crazy? Should we close that door?
I
was just trying to adjust the temperature.
Yeah, it's a
with
little
the door.
warm in here
It was
now.
warm in
Yeah.
Yep, podcast number 34. It is October 25th, 2014. And we got Rob Choi
Yeah.
from anglingaddict.com. And we got Lee, who is messing with the
Yeah.
thermostat.
I'll close the door, man. Chill.
And we did fish some this week, so we all got fishing stories. We'll go over that. But what we're doing this podcast is we're gonna play the DVD here. You're not gonna be able to see it, but if you have the DVD, we're gonna time it out. So you push play, and this is going to be the DVD commentary. You know, just like you would a DVD commentary when you get a movie, which I've actually enjoyed some of those, some of the movies that I really like, and because you get some backstory on stuff and all that stuff.
Exactly.
And actually, one of the ones, my favorite ones is I was a Jay and Silent Bob fan.
Oh, yeah.
So the last one, there's so many inside jokes in that movie that you have to see all
Yeah,
of it.
I never saw all that in order, or I may have missed pieces of each and every one here and there. So
They make references to other.
Yeah.
The last one, the Jay and Silent Bob
I mean, I
Strikes
find the
Back.
movies hilarious, but it's
That's the one.
not.
That's the one that made me. It was like, oh, this is because the whole thing is a $40 million inside joke. I mean, for their fans, that's basically what it was, right? And then listening to the commentary was even funnier.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, DVD commentaries are cool, so, so that's when I started watching them. And so that's what we're gonna do here. I just play it, and hopefully I won't have to pause it. Because I kind of wanted to play through, just like you would a DVD, but you can pause it on DVD too. But I don't know. But
We'll see.
Yeah.
If we have
yeah.
to, we'll let them know that we pause it for a second. We're gonna talk about this, and then we start back up. So,
Yeah.
so you can sync while you.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
I'll-
give away a whole lot of fucking secrets and shit with all this pause and
No.
let the people count pilings away from the bridge and all that kind of shit. No, man.
Not all that. Well, you can't see it, so you have to watch it.
I
with
actually
your-
have absolutely no secret pilings whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm probably the only one out there that thinks it doesn't really fucking matter. I don't think it matters.
Oh, and we actually have a studio audience. We got Rogalski. We got Willie Rags.
There's a hand.
Yeah, you can't see it.
And my buddy Jeff Lockhart.
Jeff Lockhart. Yep. So they went fishing today. I guess I went fishing first. No, you went first. Your story first, because you're
Yeah, I
first
went
in the
out of
timeline.
town. I went out of town to New York. My girlfriend had a wedding to go to. Actually, we went up there at the same week last year. So I found out last year that behind her parents' house in the middle of the apple orchard are 5 little ponds. And me and her dad went down there a couple of times. And when we went down there, we threw these little crankbaits and caught little bass. I mean, pretty at will, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was the exact same week as last year. So this year, we're going down there for a wedding. Almost, I think we were 2 days ahead of where we were last year.
Right, but basically same.
Yeah,
time
yeah. I
frame.
mean, basically the same thing. So we go down there, and the first morning when we got up, because we got down there late at night the night before. The first morning we got up, walked down through the apple orchard, grabbed an apple for breakfast, and made a few casts. I had one fish just boil out from underneath some grass. 'Cause they're I don't know what kind of trees they are, man, but they put this it's almost ground up shell on top of the water, but it's green. You know what I mean? It's just falling out of the trees, but it's kind of
Flowers?
hard.
Flowers?
It's
Like petals?
seeds, basically.
Okay.
It's got to be seeds.
All right.
You know what I mean? It's just hard, and it's you gotta wash your hands with it. You know what I mean?
Huh.
Wipe cleans up. Yeah, hard. But it's just covered on the top of the plant. You could cast through it and everything.
Right.
But you couldn't tell where the leaves were. Really annoying. Anyway, I caught that fish after. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't, because you could cast, and the lure would just hit the water, and it land on a leaf, and the leaves are this big, You know what I mean? There's some giant maple leaves, and then there's the apple orchards. I mean, you're literally surrounded by apple trees. You're in the middle of the apple orchard.
Yeah.
So, it was just, the crankbait wasn't really that great. I caught one on it that day, and I tried the next day. The wind blew the next day, so it blew all the crap to one end of the pond. So I fished the other end of the pond and didn't catch anything for like 20 minutes. I mean, the first day I fished for 20 minutes, the second day I fished for like 20 minutes. Just Maggie had something to do or something like that. So anyway, the third day, I guess I didn't fish the next day, and then the wedding. So Maggie was at work all day. I slept in, or not at work, but she was at work, getting her, getting her hair done, getting her makeup done. I mean, oh my God, yeah. It was, I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine. There were like 6 or 7 bridesmaids. I can't.
Huge.
That's full production.
Huge, right.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Work.
Right. Production.
So, yeah. So,
these stagehands and all that stuff.
Makeup artist, hair person, flower person,
rehearsals.
Yeah. You have to step.
At this time, on this beat.
Yeah, because she was in the wedding. Luckily, she was in this wedding, so then I'm off all day. I don't have anything to do. Her and my dad, me and her dad went down there to the pond. I started throwing the crankbait again. I'm not catching anything. Actually, the day before, I tried one of those topwater mouse things. I had never tried it before, but I went to the scum end of the pond, and I'm throwing this like scum thing around. And something like moved around underneath of it one time, but never bites. Her dad hooked a fish and missed it like on the second cast that day when we went down there on the scum rat thing. So I'm like doubting myself. I'm like, man, maybe I should throw the scum rat thing. So anyway, I'm not catching anything. And he had mentioned something about the big sunfish in there. And I put a picture up of the big sunfish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were big, nice
sunfish,
sized sunfish. I mean, a hand-sized sunfish.
Did you catch that on the crankbait?
No.
Oh.
No, he said those were down there. So I'm like, man, and I had thrown a purple rubber worm and had a bite on it, but it just, whatever it was, just nailed it and spit it out. It wasn't a bass.
Right.
You know what I mean? Didn't pick it up and swim with it at all. Just nailed it and spit it out, but me definitely just tagged it. So I grabbed a purple little, I don't know, what do you call it? A curly tail jig? A crappie jig with no spinner. No, not a beetle spin, but the beetle for a beetle spin with a lead head. I started throwing that on about the third cast. The rod just like bends over, just doubles, and I'm like, "This is not a sunfish." So I'm just running back and forth, and I'm like, I know you're a bass, just jump." It comes in, it gets like trying to tangle up in the grass in front of me and everything, and I finally picked that one up. It's a little over 2 pounds. A nice one, a lot bigger than the ones I had caught the year before.
Right.
The ones the year before were like this big. So I was like, that's cool. I started casting around again. Like 10 minutes later, I caught that one I put the picture up of, like 3 pounds. Yeah. Same thing. He's just like screaming, lying off this ultralight rod.
Yeah.
4-pound test with this little tiny jig. A lot of fun.
That's definitely fun, yeah.
So then we moved over to the pond next to that and started fishing around. I caught like 2 or 3 of the little tiny bass again, and then I caught 2 of those hand-sized sunfish.
Wow.
Those things.
On the same
jig. On the same jig.
On
the same jig. Yeah, the little jig. Yeah.
Them sunfish fight though, man.
Oh man, you hook them, and the thing was just like, just shot like the bass are just move and pull.
Right.
This thing didn't try and pull drag. It just tried to race, like in line with the amount of pull. Just tried to race as far as it could go, like in like pendulum with the line. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them. It was cool. They fought hard for the size fish that they are.
Yeah. It's kind of like if it's the same shape as a sheep's head.
Yeah.
So every kick is so powerful.
Well, that's what
I've caught giant ones though. I've caught my biggest is a 2.5 pound shell cracker.
Gigantic.
I know where those are too.
We talked about this already.
All you gotta do is just go.
How many inches is that?
I don't know. Big.
It's big.
The guy thought I was weighing in crappie.
It doesn't.
God, like 15 inches, 2.5.
Okay, right. Right.
It doesn't even look like a sunfish.
No, the guy at Ocean's East was weighing him in. It was the old dude named Dan, doesn't work there anymore. He used to smoke inside the shop. Not the dude that hung out there. Not the old skinny tall guy that passed away.
Yeah.
The guy Dan.
Yeah.
He weighed the first 2 and they were over 2 pounds. Mine was 2.5. Zach's was like 2 pounds 4 ounces. Caleb put his up there and it was like 1 pound 14 ounces. And the guy was like, "That one doesn't make it." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Crappie take 2 pounds. And I was like, look down, man. Those aren't crappie.
Better look at that.
And he looked down and was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just glazed over it. Probably had
Yeah.
some crappie come in and just like, yeah.
He just looked at me, he's like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, man, those are giants.
Yeah.
I was like, I was on them. It took me like 6 years to find those things, man. And the day I found them, it was on. And I nailed them again the next week in a completely different spot. I found another. Looked at a map, and I was like, man, they're over here.
Right.
Billy Nycar, if you're watching, you know what he's talking about. Just throwing that out there. Because he's there. It's the same place. And we.
Yeah.
Anyway, the guy from Green Top I mentioned last time, because he watches these. He has a good time with them.
Yeah, and I mean they're in all of those ponds. I caught one that was just shy of a citation on accident. When I didn't count this one because it was in what is the Cahoon and Mead, and it was the one the one at the top of the dam. Cahoon, I believe, is at the top of the dam in Suffolk, but it was that one, and I caught one fishing the bank there, along bass fishing,
Yeah.
and it was
Citation.
just
shy.
under,
Yeah.
just under. Yeah.
Alright, so back in New York.
That was it for the fishing.
Oh,
I caught
okay.
the big sunfish.
The big sunfish. And what did you caught? 2-pound bass, 3-pound bass?
Yeah, 3
Yeah.
pound.
That was before the sunfish?
Yeah, right before
Okay.
the same day,
Okay.
the same trip. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I had just figured out. You know what I mean? I wasn't catching anything on the crankbait I had caught him the year before on, and he had mentioned the sunfish being down there, so I threw something tiny, the same color that I had a bite on though.
Exactly. The same
So it was and any color's good as long as it's purple. Just
Right. That's what it's like.
My dad
It sounds like
always told
that's
me
like
that.
the chartreuse of freshwater, right?
My
That's-
dad always
yeah,
told me
that's
any
our
color's
chartreuse.
good as long
red
as
or
it's
purple.
purple.
A lot of people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I went fishing locally, backyard fishing, been sucking. Just haven't had any action, looking for croaker, flounder, specks, whatever. It's been slow. So I was like, all right, I'll spend the money and go across the bridge. So I get over there and make a trip because Chris wants some DVDs. So sold
Part
the
business
DVDs.
trip,
Yeah, so part business trip getting across. Then went out and tide was getting low, so I went into a creek and went back pretty far, and I kind of scooting back, and I get to a part where it opens up. I kind of stand up a little bit, and I see one. And I see a high 20s, 26 to 28, and I was like, oh, cool, excellent. Just like that's good. I didn't even try to cast at it because
He's already at that
he
point.
looked right at me. I could see that he looked at me and he started moving on. He didn't spook off. I was like, all right, cool. I see
leave
it.
him alone,
I know he's not
Maybe
gonna
come
bite.
back later. Maybe.
Yeah, if I don't, I'm gonna keep going because I know I'm going deeper where I see more of them anyway. So I get back in there, and it's getting, it's it's shallow. The water's real clear, but it's also have kind of a haze to it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm wearing not this. It's a lighter blue. So this comes in the story with right now, because I spooked one. I spooked a pair actually. I spooked a pair. And so I'm going into the current, and they go boom, and they get out and go around me, and then get back in place again. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna cast at them. And then I was like, well, maybe I should. And I made a cast, and one turned, and I was like, did he just turn on it?
Actually.
Yeah, so I didn't let that one go, and so I'm going with the current again. So I'm letting those go, and I'll come back to them again. Right? So I'm going deeper and deeper. See one up against the shoreline, right up against the grass, and he's got an abrasion on his face. That's actually how I saw him. It was a pink spot.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't have, because he was dead still. There was a pink spot on his face. So I made a cast,
Stands out.
and he went, whoo, whoo!
Wham.
And I was like, oh, okay, boom. So he goes to, and it's like all of a sudden I feel like I'm fishing in Louisiana or something, because he goes to not grass like coming off the ground, but that kind of weedy grass that's sitting there, right? On his flat. So he goes through, and my line's getting all caught up with that stuff, and I had to dig him out of there. That was kind of fun. So that's the 28, right? And I didn't take a picture of that one because his face was all jacked up. He had, like, he'd been hitting it with, scraped on a net or something.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, but it was funny. Then later on, I see him later on the day.
Okay.
And I release him, and he's like still swimming
Still
around.
hanging out.
Yeah. So then I go and I start circling around some more, just kind of looking around, and I spook another one, and he turns, and this one, I was like, okay, this one didn't take off. Usually when you spook one, a single especially, they're going to pump, boom, 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 about 5 pumps and get about 10 to 15 foot that size. A big one's going to get 10 to 15 yards away from you in 3 pumps. 3 or 4 pumps. This one did one tail pump and turned. And I was like, damn. So
You're saying you say one pump and it actually just stopped?
yeah.
Wow.
Just turned and stopped. And didn't concern me at all. And I just made a cast right in front of him, and he just nailed it again. I was like, shit.
That's
I mean, I just basically ran over him, eyeballed him, like, hey, and
then stuck it.
yeah, and he was like, and
I
almost.
wanted it anyway.
So here's what I was thinking is like either I have this color on that's matching the sky,
Possible.
right? I'm naturally not moving when I know their eye is on me. Like when I see their eye, I stop, I freeze.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even move my
don't
rod.
even move, yeah.
Yeah, and then so they back off, and then I can move again. Or 3, they're already at the size that they're not a threat from anything from above.
They don't feel threatened.
They're not threatened by any eagle, you know, or osprey. They're beyond that size at 26 to 28, and this is all I was seeing. It's 26 to 28s.
Yeah.
And it just continued with that as the day, boom, boom, boom. But what was crazy is that's such a big fish for that size of a creek. It's a small creek. That when I hook them and they run into the deep water, and if you come up and blow up, you blow a hole in the water as big as this desk, and it was like just chaotic. And he pulled me everywhere, so I was running over him. Any others I saw, I never saw huge schools.
Steam
It was pairs,
rising.
maybe up to 5 fish at a time, but it was all like pairs and singles. So when I catch one and I made all that noise, when I had to go into the holes just to get away from that area. And I was casting.
Calm down again.
I was casting over the deeper holes, and stripers were swiping.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. This is like I can play with these guys, and and so I did that, and then but continuously just kind of did that all day long. You know, a dozen or more of that size, and I can see your face. You got like a really bad story coming up. You.
Isn't it? That's why I was looking at him. I was like, we were.
I know. This is like okay. I'm like, all right.
So that's why I said steam.
I know. That's what I was like. Damn.
Steam.
I'm more like happy about my day, and I'm like going fuck. I'm like fucking these guys up.
It's part of fishing, man.
Yeah.
But another cool part from your report was that when the water's completely out, you said they were belly crawling out. But you also found them on the flats outside of it.
That was
that's pretty cool.
As the water got even lower, I mean, it was this much water with on the flat area, not outside, inside the creek
Right,
still.
inside,
Up against that shoreline, there's about 10, 15 yards of flat and that grass stuff. And I was sitting there for a second, I was mixing casts, and I was seeing all these just 1,000 grass shrimp on the ground right there. So I was like, okay, these guys were rolling
How
over
big are
that.
they?
That big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have seen. We would have seen them.
No, I mean you have to stop and look. 'Cause you're not gonna-
we had a lot of time to do all that stuff today.
But that one, you didn't even see any grass shrimp in that area.
I'll go through the full story. I want to finish your.
Okay, I'm almost there. Yeah, I'm almost there. Yeah. So I have the tide gets low, and I pull out the drag out, and then there's a little creek, and I see about 4 of them, and they see me, and so they go this way, and they're like, I want to catch one from the shoreline like this. I want to catch one like in this like river creek type of deal, right, from the shore, and they saw me again and started moving, and as they're going through, they're like a wake pushing off of them.
Right.
Yeah. But seeing them tail earlier over that grass area was cool because it was just like that. You cast in front of them and wait. I was casting into holes, waiting for them to come into the hole, and then making it move. Bam! And they were just like sitting there waiting.
Yeah, we're just.
Okay, they're going to come this path.
We're almost there.
Bam, that's all I had to do, and
slam.
yeah, they were nailing it. And then I went out front, and I couldn't see because the light was too low. So then this is where I was like, no one else could see this if you haven't seen it before because it was no visual color. It was no visual. All it was looked like a shoal that was slightly.
You're reading the surface, and that's all.
Complete surface.
Nothing. Yeah, because there's no color at that point. There, when the light the way it is, you don't see anything.
And there's already ripples on the water because the wind has just calmed down. It's not calm yet, but it's still a little bit of wind, so it's like ripples. You can't see anything. I could just see this shoal-ish looking, and I tracked them. I mean, I tracked them for a while because they were moving away from me, and I just couldn't get, I was tracking behind them, and finally got right to the target area, and I could get one in front of them. And as soon as I landed, boom, hooked on, came out of the water and shook it. And then I was like, okay, didn't panic because I split them. I could see this one going, this group over here, this group was still pushing this way. I reeled up, I'm like, this one's closer, and I try to make a cast it in. I think I was behind them. They disappeared. I look over here to try to track these again. They're getting to the point of disappearing. Disappear. They get low and they disappear. And I was like, damn. Yeah. So I stood up and paddled for another mile. Just standing there, just looking for anything. But that was, finally had a good day. That was fun.
That sounds like an awesome day. And I got excited, man, when you wrote that report and I was drawing your tattoo thing, and I was like, I'm excited now. I want to So I get my cameras all ready. I brought my zoom lens even just because if I see tailing fish, I've always wanted to get really nice.
Did you see my shot was hard?
It's hard because you can't get but so close.
And
you don't have any zoom on that.
I'm shaky. I'm like, I'm not even looking at it. Damn it! And there it tails out. Missed. You know, it was bad.
Or it's out of focus,
Yeah.
and it's
So you would have to.
I was really intent on getting some good footage, and so it was Jeff Lockhart, me, and Seth Goodrich, and we launched at sunrise, and it was going to be incoming up until 9:45, and then outgoing until 4. So I was thinking this is excellent. We got part of incoming, all of outgoing, blue skies, a lot of sun, so we should be able to see lots of stuff. Dude, something happened between Tuesday and today because it was hardly anything.
It's that fall
Yeah,
movements.
exactly. It's like I was fishing with Forrest last week, and he said exactly that. If in the fall, you can either hit jackpot like you did, or
get in between the waves.
In between, and then you got nothing.
Yeah.
And it's hit or miss completely. And so Seth sees one first. Like the water was high at that point. He was like,
and it's also made it harder for you because they had a lot more hiding spots.
Yeah.
I was like, they were so large in the shallow water. I was like, pfft.
yeah, well, that's why, because all day we're like, okay, so it's okay because when the water gets lower, we're still gonna be here. We know where to look for them, and dude, we went all the way back, and between the three of us, we were fanning out. We were in every little nook and cranny. We went everywhere, and Seth saw one up in the grass, like. We had to like really push ourselves into the grass, and he saw one, and he spooked it because he was like right on top of it, and he said, "Hey Rob, turn around, look," and we can see the grass moving. It was bolting right at me, and I took one cast. I saw the grass moving. I didn't actually see the fish.
Yeah, but it's like yeah.
You can see the grass through
separations.
this, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was spooked at that.
That's because of really high water.
And he was
Turtle.
No, dude. Turtle didn't move this
Not
fast. We did
it.
see an ass load of turtles.
Yeah. I was hitting them when I was catching a striper.
There was a lot.
My line was hitting turtles.
But we also saw like tons and tons of bait. They were like every type. We saw. I don't know what kind of fish. It's about this big, and there was schools of them. Osprey were just having a field day on them.
Mullet? I saw mullet.
I'm guessing mullet.
Gotta
But
be mullet.
I came out when I came out front the first time.
Did it
I
have the
saw
fins out like drum?
I've seen. Yeah, I know
That's
a mullet
mullet.
like that, but I know they're normally blackish on top.
It could be the silver.
The silver mullets.
Maybe that's
They
what.
just don't have stripes.
They didn't have-
The
did not
silver
have
ones
stripes.
don't have stripes. Yeah,
That's what
Right.
got to be what it is then.
yeah.
So
And
that-
they
we saw-
don't get any bigger than like this.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. They're about the black with the stripe mullet. They're like
They get from here to
gigantic.
I saw one a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago when I went over there again. I saw a mullet that big, a 25-inch mullet up against the grass, and I thought it was a red. And I stopped him, and I was like, damn, big old ugly headed.
And then Jeff saw a couple. I saw two. He saw two. I think Seth ended up seeing 2 or 3, and every one of them, like I either lost them in the sun, or it wasn't just like a single or 2 or 3 pumps and they'd stop. It's they saw us and they were gone.
See, that's just whatever day I had,
That's how they like me.
whatever.
they like me just like
Yeah,
that.
screw that.
You trying to flounder fishing?
Like
I jigged around the piling for a little bit. I ended up catching a small speck,
Man.
and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried flounder fishing when I was there.
What's his, Seth stayed up on the bank one time, and he had what do you say, like 21-ish striper, and he had it all the way to his ankles, and it came off.
That's large because I was catching like 12s to 18s.
yeah,
right
that's
at
it.
18s.
Yeah. 15.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, on average.
yeah, that was it. Is there anything else today? Well, there was like the
Nature
bait.
Day.
It's like Jeff said, we're gonna post up a picture of the sunrise, and that tells the story.
Yeah.
But seriously, there was like from this big up into the mullet, and they were freaking everywhere.
There was
So
a lot of
I just kept thinking, when, and yeah, it is a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot easier to see once the water came down.
Yeah.
When I was positive there was nothing in that area that I went by.
Yeah.
Because
I caught
saw
two.
everything.
I caught 2 big drum at the jetty this year. Earlier, and the wind was blowing. The wind had been blowing northeast. It blows all that grass up against the jetty.
Yeah.
And I was paddling along, and I started to see these fish cruise up along under the grass. And I stood up, and I got those giant mullets.
Yeah.
They get you every time. They get you. They swim in, man. You don't notice how wide their head is because drum looking at them from above, their head is wide as well. and you don't see it sitting down in the kayak. I mean, those things have their fins out just like this, and they're just kicking their. I mean,
The only time you can really tell when they're not drum is when they're pushing in a school because they push differently than drum.
Yeah.
That's the only you can tell mullet. But
yeah, these ones were eating the grass, man. They were just coming like underneath, and they would come up and then they would cruise down.
My day. So I've like seen them all like in tune, right? I see basically a school of them when I come out, and I think that's a school of reds because I just see some pushing because they're not moving; they're just kind of sitting there.
Yeah,
and in the spot that we've seen reds before. As you come out there, right?
Automatically makes you think.
Yeah, so I'm like, I get ready and I go up to them and I'm like,
I've done stuff like that in radio too, where I get all excited. I'm all get up on my
ready?
knees,
Yeah,
like,
you ready?
Oh man,
Everything's prepared. Everything's in the right place to make the cast and get the fighting. No, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's fall fishing for you.
And I'm probably gonna go over there this week because there's a launch this week too. So I'm gonna make
Oh,
a day
cool.
of that.
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah.
watch a launch over at Wallops Island. But yeah. So yeah.
You never know. Like
I know it could be that wave moved and another wave coming.
They
I
already
started-
heard.
I
They just heard.
I started telling this story, well, partially, and Kevin, like before we started rolling, Kevin's like, no, I don't want to hear that. No.
It's one of the toughest things about doing this podcast is the guys, everybody comes in and we immediately start talking about fishing because we just came back from fishing or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just natural, but it's like, I gotta put the shut up, stop, because it sucks to hear a story twice and go, oh yeah?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the funny part was Lee was like, yeah, well, you know what? The drummer they just heard Kevin's going over there tomorrow. They'll be there for him tomorrow.
Right. He already announced it. They're on the way.
But that high tide is a hindrance for in there because it gives them more spots.
But I just wanted. I wanted to try it too. I just wanted maybe when it's higher, maybe they will be all up in the grass, and that'd be really freaking cool to wash the tails up in the grass, do their thing, and I want to get some photos. And I took the fly rod. I took like everything just so I could play with them, and they were not.
Yeah, I didn't take my cameras last time, and I wish I had them when.
That's right.
Video camera.
I didn't have a video camera.
That's
I have a
right.
still camera.
That's right.
But I have a still. And I was trying to take. It wasn't gonna work. It wasn't gonna work as much as I wanted. We have any questions on there?
No.
No.
Nobody likes
I
it.
say let's watch this DVD.
Let's roll this. You guys gotta go. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do with the DVD. Put your DVD in,
Are there
and
any people up there before? Are we talking to anyone?
12. Yeah.
12.
Wow.
Wow. They really like Rob.
I got nothing to show you. I got nothing.
They love Rob, dude. Whenever Rob's on here, we get the most.
Alright, so I just put the DVD in, and as soon as that part came up, I hit pause. So man, I'm just at that spot, and we're gonna hit play, and we're gonna watch it, and so you hit play at the same time, and I'm gonna hit 3,
Well, first
2,
we're
1.
gonna pause for commercial. I'm just.
unless the Ustream did it on them. But you can always do this when we do it again. Yeah, when it hits YouTube.
And-
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh my god.
Well, it's timed out.
Lights, camera, action.
Yeah.
What the fuck kind of movie
That's
is this?
Yeah, copyright stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
It will
Don't
kill
do
you.
this.
She will kill you and
You're gonna die.
get in your goddamn boat. Love my friends.
Friends are good.
And I'm saying.
That's my favorite.
And that's such an inside joke, I can't even talk about it.
Right.
Live on camera action.
Right.
Yep, strippers and.
Oh, this is
Man, and
Yeah,
the
that's
music
right.
that's going along, the
It's
people that are
perfect.
listening to it.
No,
just,
yeah, let's do it, yeah.
I mean, the music.
good.
Well, it's
Look
being
at how it lines up.
it's being back to
It's-
pure. And this is like this.
But look at how it lines up as a
Yeah,
rod
give us just a-
bends.
Just a little bit.
Dude, there's that part where the frickin' gigantic piece of concrete fell on.
Yeah, so you got that.
Yeah.
You got that right there. So I'm messing with the ships and prying a piece of concrete and it falls
I had
down.
done earlier. I had done a little one. We were just messing around. I had got a little one, and we got it on camera.
Yeah.
And then
Stuff.
Kevin
That
was
one
just messing around.
Boom! This one
Boom!
came
And it
down
like
on me.
bounced and everything.
That's freaking
Oh.
And the thing with Lee doing his face, he had a sunscreen disaster. I got the full
Yeah.
thing where he squeezes sunscreen, goes everywhere, and he's like trying to put it on his face. It's in his bag, in his dry bag. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Oh, this is Mr. Lee.
This is, the Lee show.
That's fun.
talking about how I let go one. I let females go in the spring. I let all the
And you say,
females
I'm a humanitarian.
I'm a humanitarian. Not a conservationist, folks.
I'm a humanitarian. I let fish go.
I'm looking out for the life forms and such.
I'm so much better at this. That's my favorite part of it. That's hilarious.
0.
Here we go.
I'm like, damn!
When he got the
That's a
first
good
show,
one.
I mean, he's always, it's ridiculous.
That was funny. The first time Jay came out to the first island with us, and you were like, I bet. He was like, I bet I can outfish, and you were like, I wouldn't do that. Over the shoulder.
Over the shoulder.
I think I caught one like that.
No, you didn't, but I was waiting for it. But this one, when you missed it, and you dropped it, and it was on the way down, and I'm on the next piling going, fuck, damn, look at this guy, look at this thing, this is crazy.
Ridiculous. Is this the big one?
Yeah, this is citation.
Yeah.
Your citation's right here at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's big.
and then-
that was so. This fish
It was cold.
was so cold.
Yeah.
And we don't look like it.
Yeah,
This
but
thing
down
was like
low,
an
the water
ice
was
cube when I brought it up. And I could tell how heavy it was. I was like, it feels giant, but it never pulled drag.
It's
not
it wasn't
ever.
tall.
And I mean, look,
It's a giant
she was so swollen from eggs and so cold, she couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
All she did was wobble the whole time.
It's warmed up in your boat.
Yeah.
All of a sudden. Whoa. God, that's a big tall.
Yeah, it's a big, hefty one.
Pretty.
Yeah.
I let that one go.
Yep. You released that
I
one.
got a belly on that thing.
Ready to go back. It's funny, she started to kind of get that spot there, but
Yeah.
that's definitely, I mean, that's
Just
female.
the shape of her was
Yeah.
too female.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
I mean, the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the typical female look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one had a good color.
Yeah, real good color.
They get that way when the water temperature gets right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. Get the DVD. I'm not gonna tell you what degrees it is.
Yeah, they're down there.
I almost cut that out after I bleeped it because you say "fuck, fucker." It's funny. It made me laugh so much that I had to put it in there, and then I bleeped it. I was like, God, that sucks. You can't even tell what
Nah,
it
it's
is.
still-
Fuck, fucker.
Got you that time. Oh, missed.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I get pretty pissed off too, dude.
It's
It's
aggravating.
irritating,
These
yeah.
damn things.
I'm glad you had the. It comes up later, but the
Weight.
where you show the weight
Yeah.
pops up, but you still
Yeah.
got the fish.
I love the rhythm on this one.
Oh yeah. Ah. Yep.
God damn it. Stares at the camera. God, snap. God damn it. Bap.
Is there a little sigh on cue too?
Oh, I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
That you can't.
You went right on a rock. I mean, tension, no chance. Bap.
That's what the sheepshead did to me. The one tournament I ever fished was this year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly. I set the hook on that sheepshead.
Just
That's it.
nailed it.
Blink.
There's
Yeah.
nothing to do
Okay.
about it.
Hit a razor blade. He just
Yep.
nailed a razor blade.
This one too.
And it also looks like a space needle.
Never thought with the arm hanging out.
It was just the dark picture. The angle I got right here is dark as shit.
That one,
was a-
I
Yeah.
tagged it, released it. I was going to release it right here next to me so I could take a picture of it, going, see what I was going to do. I've done
The
that one
tide's
before.
going out. Get
I
away
know,
from
dude.
there.
And he goes, boom, and jets in. I'm like, shit.
lays
And he's
away.
wedging in. And I was like, I'm just maybe trying to get him out. Maybe if I poke him, he'll jump out of there. And he just wedges himself even harder. I was like, oh, man. And the tide was going out, and I hope he got out of there because I don't.
I've done the same thing with flounder though. We've done the same thing
Yeah.
with flounder around
Well,
rocks and stuff. You let them go.
In the
and they just
movie,
hang out right
in
there.
the movie,
Right
there's
there.
two
Yeah.
sitting there. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I
yeah.
remember
In the second movie, The second DVD, the second fishing DVD.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
fatty.
spring, man.
More.
They're just that way in the spring.
Alright.
Like
That's why
overloaded.
I can't even. That's why I can't even keep them. I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. Look at all these baby dogs.
Yeah, I mean, they're overloaded. They're so stuffed. They're so ready to pop.
It looks like it almost
I
hurts.
can't remember. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
and how they trying to eat with their bellies in that.
I did
already
actually. I
stuff.
mean, I kept one this spring. One.
Yeah.
And it was 10, but it was a 10.5 pounder. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
So,
a little
it's-
different.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it was 25.5 inches. I had to know what it weighed.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I gotta know what
Oh
this
yeah,
thing
that was
weighs.
the boat too.
Yeah, that was at Rick's boat. That was a few weeks after I caught the 27.5 incher that was 14.5 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I hooked that thing, and I was like, "This is a real one." That became like a comment on Ken's boat.
This is a real one.
Oh yeah, this is a real one. Like that.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy today about drag for drag and all that stuff, and I was like, yeah, 15 over 15, you're overkill. Because he was asking
It's
about our
safe.
what we're using for a tog. And
Yeah.
all you really got to do is get that weight out of there. It's mainly getting that weight up during the hook set.
Yeah.
Yeah, just getting that weight up so you have and you can thumb it. I said thumb it.
I don't know
to
what
get
I was
that.
doing with those tunas. There's a lot.
Yeah, we're on a boat though.
That's
Or
the-
the kayak.
The kayak.
Oh, the kayak.
tunas, That was a
Yeah.
lot.
You're pushing the edge.
But it's
of-
bobber.
yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely the edge.
Yeah, those were.
Those blue fins are definitely the edge.
Yeah, I think
Pretty
Pretty
Oh,
darn
yeah,
sure,
what you were
actually.
doing there.
it's one of those if you don't know what you're doing actually, and you break off, you can easily just go right over the other
Yeah,
side.
this was cool. Break one
Yeah,
off and it's
that's
on.
what I
Oh,
Yeah, I break off. It was snagged. I break off my weight, and he's,
Yeah, he's
on it, which was cool because it was a cool
Damien.
fight because there was no
Damien.
Zach.
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 Ah, Zach sightings.
Yep.
We like Zach.
Yeah.
So that was cool. It was a cool fight because there's no weight on it.
Yeah.
So it was like, he was able to really fight me. It was it was cool, and it was on 22 inch.
Real nice one.
Yeah, that is Zach.
Yep.
I still get messages from him.
Yeah.
I
He
always think of the hard hat part.
Oh my God,
so much fun.
Dude, we picked that thing up out of the rocks in the morning, and he said if he hooked anything, he would put it on. And,
Yeah, and
no
it was
doubt, as soon as
that
that
shark
he
got
hooked that
gigantic
shark,
shark.
he put that fucking hard hat on, dude, and said,
Doing
"Do it."
work.
Yep. Like, snip, 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 snip.
That was so epic, man.
Start doing that to crabs because it was less trauma. Like they wouldn't drain out and die as much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you know what's cool about
And
this?
also, I do that, and you can eat those crabs afterwards now because they're not dead and disgusting.
Yeah.
Because you've traumatized the shit out of them. I told this story before, but when I took my dad drum fishing and I asked when the storm was going to come and we had already caught the drum, I was like, "You think Mom will eat these crabs?" He looks at me like I'm crazy. I open the bag up and they're like the cleanest, like most beautiful blue
Yeah.
crabs he's ever seen.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, let's go home. Storm's coming." But yeah, this is my favorite bait.
Yeah. Crabs.
I prefer this over fiddlers,
Yep.
over green,
got multiple-
over anything.
The
man.
multiple hits.
Yeah, and they hit it more. Yeah. This I don't even mess with most of the time.
You usually give it to me.
I give it to him or I sling it so he
Yeah.
can see that I just sling it and all that nasty shit around me.
That stuff is like crack though, man. They love that
Shit, dude,
stuff,
I catch enough of those things.
Yeah.
Seeing that shit, and the next shot is him putting it on his hook.
Yeah, I do. I mean, occasionally.
When it gets slow, you want
Yeah.
to. It's kind of a good
Yeah,
thing to
but
have.
not most of the time.
It's
I
really good for
literally just-
exploratory too. I mean, you want to find out if they're there. Or not.
Yeah, and if you get instantly hit, they are obviously
good.
right
Then you
there.
can work there.
And if
Yeah.
you don't get hit almost instantaneously, they're not
Look
there.
at me. Look at my face.
Yes,
Yeah, instant.
this is my channel.
And I mean, every one of
Yeah.
those boats was moving into togfish right around us, and it's still good. Those areas, I mean, it can be so much fun because it can be like a
Ryan's been in every
Yep.
one of the movies.
Okay.
That's
He's
the one.
an artist
That's the
buddy of
swims
mine.
with. That's the swims with.
He's a
drum.
swims with the drum. Yeah, he's an artist buddy of mine. He's in every
His
one of the
drum
movies.
is the one I swam with.
Yep.
I remember seeing
Yep.
that. Yeah.
He has his art galleries in downtown Virginia Beach, that town center area.
Yeah, I met him once or twice while we were on the water.
Yep.
Before.
Yep. Yeah, the tube.
That's accurate, man. It
Yeah.
looks scary, and it is scary sometimes, for sure.
So that's a little line out. A little line. Try to get reset and get another angle. Bam.
There you go.
Shit's sketchy, man.
It is.
Yeah, that is the sketchiest spot you can drop an anchor in by far.
Yep.
The shoals are not. That place will take you out to sea in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
The current tears through there.
Yeah.
I mean, the
guy
shoals
today
are
was asking
bad.
about the rope.
That you're
Yeah.
The shoals, you got a chance
Yeah.
to get back. You're not getting back.
No, there's no land out there.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, guys asking me about the rope size, and once you use smaller rope, but mainly it's hand. It's hand for your
Yeah.
hand. You don't want anything smaller.
I use a bigger rope.
Yeah.
Sometimes it tangles less.
Yeah.
I get really if you haven't noticed,
Mhm.
I've seen aggravated. The bigger rope
think?
tangles less.
Yep.
I get aggravated less.
Yep. It's old footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
The guy I sold this to at work. He watched it the night I sold it to him. Comes back the next day. He's like, "Yeah, you can definitely see." He's like, "I can definitely see how much weight you've lost."
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Man, it's funny. It's like we've been on camera for the last 6 years. And, I've watched myself age like a motherfucker, and definitely lost weight. Like I'm probably the fattest in the first movie. When I'm on the front porch of the lodge talking about anchoring or something like that. My face is I'm 200 pounds at that point.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was close to 200 pounds at that point. There's one on here. I go from about 190 to 175 in the next take. This is 4 years of 4 years of filming.
Did you just? Are you?
This is one of the newer shots.
Yeah,
this is a
yeah,
newer. This
newer
is a newer shot. This is one of the newer.
But this is pretty valuable, I think, for a lot of people who.
Yeah, you're
Everybody's
not
smart.
really.
And the thing is,
supposed
it's
to
illegal,
do
right?
this,
It's technically
man.
illegal to do. But
But
that's
it's-
why we didn't.
Keep your eyes
yeah.
open, and I mean, it's
You
really
looking?
one of the only ways to do it.
It's an acceptable way of fishing around here
Right.
because it's kind of a common way. Although it became illegal after 9/11.
Yeah.
Because you.
It's illegal because you don't have C4 attached to your kayak, and you're not blowing the bridge up.
Yeah.
If you could find a way to do that, it'd probably be legal.
Like this year's footage too. Beckley filmed this with me.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan.
Yep. Ryan in the background.
That was Ryan, wasn't
Yep,
it?
yep.
It looked like his
Yep.
boat.
It was just funny when he came up and started talking to me. I'm filming. I was like, he's in it again. Yeah, he's gonna be right in there again.
He's a cool guy to see on the
Yeah,
water.
he's way cool. He caught an 80-pound cobia this year.
Did he?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Same
By
spot
himself.
about mine?
No.
No.
Yeah. He sighted it.
No. Dude, that was ugly. That was stupid. It was so much fun. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That should have never happened, dude. That new dude on that rod should never, ever even had a chance at that thing. Never had a chance at it. It was amazing.
Notice the kicking backwards. What's cool about this shot is watch me kick back, and that tog is still in there. Like when he comes up to the surface, he's still at the middle of the pilings. Like I'm kicking back. I can't use the stern camera because I'm rocking too much like that. But look how far I've gotten back, and here comes the tog, pops out right by the piling.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was in there.
They're digging.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
You didn't feel the piling.
And it's-
No. But I was
It's
getting
also-
away from it just in
Right,
case.
right.
I was like, get back.
get out of my spot.
He was. I was just like, didn't even feel like picking up my paddle.
Get out of my spot. I'm trying to get back.
But
to
look
my
how far I
spot.
move. I mean, this.
Because you're trying to get out of my spot.
Yep. Foot rudder, and I do this shit all the time. Especially with long boats, man.
Yeah.
A 15-foot boat, you use your leg and
I
you
just
really kicks
pushed
it
Kevin out
around.
of the way. I use more like his boat as my brake.
Yeah, I've never actually fished out of a 15-foot boat, so I imagine
You don't need
it
to.
does help a lot.
It's turned.
Well, when you want to
turning.
get somewhere, it's nice
Oh,
to get
it's
there.
awesome, yeah, but turning and stuff,
turning,
you
it's
have
gotta
to
be tough.
forecast it a little further out, type of thing. Yeah, this one was like
The 15 annoyed
getting
me.
around. Yeah.
It annoyed me a lot.
Dude, Forrest is fishing out of a 16 now.
Mhm.
Jay's
Mhm.
Jay's tarpon.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I gotta get him around the
Full
piling.
action, yep.
He's still in there. I mean, I was feeling him on the piling,
I think
but I
it-
wasn't feeling a hard on. I was just
Right.
feeling actually his body rubbing on the piling.
I think the foot thing is especially good with spade fishing.
Yeah.
Like especially good with spade fishing.
You know, that shit has to happen super fast.
Nice.
Yep. Like a 21 male.
Next scene's funny.
Yeah. This is.
The fuck is this shit?
Because
I remember that day.
The current had fucked my pile. I was a piling away, and the current had hit me and messed me all up. And he's sitting pretty, being cocky about it, right? Oh,
And
I'm
then-
still good. And what? Eyeball. Get your eyeball poked out. At the ships.
I don't think I've actually targeted the ships ever. I
It's
think
good when
I've
it's
gone
blowing.
to try, but
It's good when it's like blowing east and you can't do nothing else and you feel like going over there and it's the right temps. And yeah, I mean. But I mean,
Fat.
22
Look at the footage.
or 21 or
Fatso.
something. I think.
Fatso.
Did I say so fat?
the
Not
hair is
so
different
bad.
and everything.
Yeah.
You
It's the
can-
hair, just the hair did it.
Yeah, the hair.
Get the Wolverine going on.
Like if I did go there, I probably would want to try it with the short rods.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would try to do that. That would be fun.
We did it as just to play around
Shits
and
and
realize
giggles.
that then this is actually a lot
Shits and
better.
fun.
This is actually a lot better. Because you got to worry about stuff like that one pole, that one piece of rebar was in my way. I was kind of worried about that, but a little rod is just, and on average, these fish are small.
For those types of fish, yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
hilarious.
Like XLs, not XLs, XSs.
Yeah, extra.
Extra smalls.
I have caught them up to like 20 inches in there though.
Yeah, that one I caught with the short hair
We
was.
saw, I think
was
like
larger.
2 years ago, somebody who doesn't even talk that much, accidentally, well, not accidentally, they were,
No, it was
they
Crystal. Yeah,
So
she went out there. She went out there with her boyfriend.
Okay, maybe-
Actually drifted away from the ships, eating lunch, and her rod goes down.
and it was a 20, it was
23.
23.
I mean, she just came across a rubble off the ships. You know, one of those walls that collapsed and got pushed out.
I think
Yeah.
I was after my first
Yeah.
tog paper, and it made me sick
Yeah.
when I heard that.
Yeah, does that count as you catching it? Yeah, a little bit of music on this one. Not a whole lot of music on this one. Yeah, beat back to pure on the kind of on the fights part. And beat back to pure is just awesome stuff. It fits this stuff so well. It sucks they broke up, but they the guys are still doing some stuff. But yeah, that band actually broke up. You can still see them on MySpace. It's beaten back to pure on MySpace.
There's MySpace exists.
Yeah, that's still up
I
there.
think for a lot of music stuff. I
Yeah,
think,
they still have. There's not down. It's still there. Yeah. That's why I linked their page. I checked before I did it. I was like, is MySpace still there? Yeah.
Caught one.
Yeah, that was actually as soon as it went down too. I just put it in gear. Click.
Where's your boy at?
We should go soon.
It's coming up,
Yeah.
right?
Talking.
Temps are getting it's
It's-
64 right
They're
now.
biting.
Middle Bay.
They've been biting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tend to have bigger a little bit later.
Yeah, like get the bigger ones.
I think it's fun to have, when you got like a nice mess of fillers, just like one after another, like 16 inches. It's still, it's
Yeah.
fun, but
I'd rather just catch them on blue crabs. I like the water to get colder, so I don't have to buy fiddlers.
I feel you.
Blue crabs are so much cheaper. 3 dozen fiddlers last no time. A dozen blue crabs is the same price.
Yeah.
I still like fiddlers. Sorry. I think I like the bite. I just know, I think my timing is better with fiddlers. With blue crab, I feel like I have to wait a little bit longer than I want to. Maybe, I don't know. Personal. But hermits are the shit.
Not getting any bites. and even though he's joking, it's kind of that way. I mean, he could catch a tog on the other side of the rock, basically, you know? Yeah. And you put it right there.
It's seriously, no, it's like literally
Yeah.
two for difference can mean everything.
Yeah. Go on one side of the rock and another side of the rock.
Oh yeah, it's a nice one.
He thought he was stuck in something. Look how fast I start filming when he says it's this big one. Just a little production, you know,
Yeah.
cameraman quickness. I'm like, what? Fuck. Gotcha. Got my camera. And
there it is.
ready, boom, gotcha. I'm already filming. And here's I'm using the audio from this camera
With
Yeah.
the visual video though.
and the other one where it slows down where he goes, it's way bigger than I thought. I had that's 3 different audio tracks to get that mixed in there. Citation.
It wasn't.
Sometimes when they feel
20,
like it,
yep.
they look like it a lot of times. I mean, so many times we have the 22s and a half. I'm like, God damn, it looked like fucking paper.
So glassy. That's like a really nice day right there. That was one of those days you had an afternoon shift and you went out in the morning. Your boy over there, Bubba, right?
That's right.
Yep.
Some crab junk hanging off my rod right there. Before the first time. Definitely some crab.
You're sloping.
Definitely some crab.
Oh, what is that? There's a big chunk of shit on there.
Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Fish died.
That might be an eater. No, it's a female. And go back.
They are freaking delicious.
This is good shot with background hook up while he's all dealing with one.
This is in the water, out the water.
Kind of a toad.
Which leads into the weird fish, right? And he thinks this one is until he starts fighting them. Yeah.
This is probably fall too because look at what I'm wearing.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this was fall.
The current's rushing.
Yeah, I wasn't catching shit. I was over there in another pond getting frustrated. How does one drop get right on your face? One drop.
Got
You
him.
got him. You got him.
Yeah, it's coming up.
And I knew what you
Yeah.
said. I said, yeah, that's him. You're like, no. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's your boy.
It's doozy one too.
Yeah.
Stud. I love me a big oyster too. Dude, I don't even touch those things. I don't. Like Rob kills them. I don't even touch them.
No, mess with him.
I don't know.
Well, how do you just take the pliers on the hook?
Yeah, if I have pliers, if I don't have pliers, I do it with my scissors. I'll cut his face off to get to the hook. I don't care, man. I don't
I'll
like
take my
them.
knife and put it right to the top of its head, then take the hook off, then I sling it as far as I can.
Yeah.
Found it. A nice one too. I mean, that's 15, 16, somewhere in that range, right? Yeah, this is a good one. Babies. Yoink. Yeah. That was me going, whoa.
Yeah.
I was watching him go, oh!
Don't look like a baby.
See how fast I got my camera.
And I've got such a good picture on my Instagram of this fight.
Yeah. Yeah, this part is a lot bigger. I rolled.
Nice.
was looking at the other dude. Who saw me? Yeah, and I must have erased the footage of me breaking this one off. Because I went back and tried to find where he broke me off, but it had been earlier. It had been like a couple of hours earlier. Yeah.
It's happened to me before
Let
too.
me see what's going on.
Cool.
And if you look, because if you use the owner hooks, you can look at
Really,
the tip,
no?
and it's this
Yeah.
specific type of.
Oh shit, that's my leader, the way I tie it.
The way you yeah. It's another way I know too. 'Cause I tie mine a little bit
The
differently.
same length. It was
Yeah.
exactly my shit. It was exactly my shit. Yeah, the way I was lunging.
Yeah. I love taller fishing. Love it.
Can't when they're on. Get frustrated banging against that pylon.
Yeah, I've had many a days where it's just go out there and not even a single hit. And I've tried all over the place. And
Getting a hurt lock already.
fishing.
Getting the
Right,
trident hurt
yeah.
lock already. I do that now, even with my Tetra. Open it up for a flounder.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
flounder
especially
right
flounder.
in there. Yeah, right in.
I did that one time, and I closed the lid and let it just flap
Yeah.
for a while. I opened it up, he threw up glass minnows just everywhere.
And this thing stinks, dude.
Yeah.
That thing almost slides off his leg. In. Yeah, nice one.
Great fish,
Yeah, that is a nice one.
Big nail.
Yeah, so we're all rooting for you. Right, you just miss right where you're about ready to catch your citation. Lee reels up, puts his bait right in there, and laughs.
Looks back at the camera just to show him. Alex was right there
Yeah.
too.
Now this sequence, this is like I only cut out about 15 seconds out of this sequence because it was a little long, but only about 15 seconds. Like he says that it's like 15 seconds between there,
Yep. It's about right.
and then it happens.
And then,
Yeah, I just did that for pacing sake. I didn't do it like to cut out anything. It was like really just right then. Yeah, that's a different fish. Yeah, that's a different size. Lee scoots right out too.
Yep. Yeah.
Right in time too.
Yep.
Perfect. Beautiful. You're like,
Tail on
uh-oh.
that one.
You're like, uh-oh.
Get the boat.
Shit got real. Whew. In.
That was full panic mode at that
Uh-huh.
point, dude. Please.
Hey, can't even like,
Yeah, I was losing my mind, and like I closed my eyes, open them, like, oh my god.
It was way there. I mean, it was there before you even pinched tail. It was all there. That's why I was like, it's it. I wasn't even like, that's it. I could see it. It's from here. I could see it.
Yeah.
That shit is so hard to do. Expert angler is so ridiculously hard to do. And you had tough fish to do it too. So that's a big deal. It was cool being there with you because that was our whole thing.
That was
yeah.
pretty friggin' awesome that
Yeah.
you were there for that and got it on footage
Yeah.
and all that, dude.
Yeah.
I think the hardest for me is like I live in Richmond. That's quite possibly
Yeah.
the hardest part about it for me.
Definitely.
I just couldn't get here when I wanted to.
Definitely. Yeah, this is already, I've caught 3 that day. You guys are like not, Lee's like refusing to pick up the camera. He's like, I'm not,
over it
fuck you,
already.
man.
Over
Fuck
it
you, man.
I don't even fuck with it. I don't even care.
They cheater, like, God damn it, fuck, what the fuck?
You see how close we are?
Yeah.
That's both Damien
doing,
and I.
yeah, doing exactly the same thing. Same line that he is.
Yeah.
There's such good shots of these things in this movie.
Yeah.
I saved all the good ones.
Dinosaurs. Good luck, folks. Have at it.
That was such a cool splash.
I don't know. My favorite part of all of this is what you love to do is you want to get them as close to the kayak as quickly as possible, so you have the craziest fight. That's what it is, between the Reds and this. It just proves that that's what you want.
Yeah. I want to get in with them, and then here we go.
That's what we do. Just trying.
How much ruckus can I make?
Dude, that guy.
How much chaos?
Super green fish right to the boat,
and then see what. Let's
see what
happens.
happens.
Let's do it.
That guy that watched me catch that drum the other night had that amazement in his face, dude. I mean, I just didn't even care. He's like, he had that look like, are you, like, I was gonna break it off, and I'm just not. I'm not gonna break this fishing line. I'm not gonna do it.
Not gonna happen.
They're not gonna break this fishing line.
Wait for the pilings to come good here.
Yeah, I'm way out here. He's not gonna pull it apart. I'm fine. Just give him as much as I got.
Is this the CBT recently, the one you're talking
Yeah,
about?
what he's talking about.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah. Such a surprise. And I almost had two.
Yeah. He drops a bait on
lost-
his head on first one or something like that. As soon as you got there, you dropped that.
No. I mean, it was like 20 minutes into it, but as soon as the bait hit the bottom, he bit it that time.
Yeah, that's my whole theory. You know, the whole thing being proved here with the way they fight and where they're hooked and all that stuff. Because that thing was all spec-like at the beginning. I got that
Tongue?
hand right there. Yeah, tongue hook. I mean, real tongue hook.
He went crazy.
Stupid.
A pretty one, though. Except for his little cataract eye.
Yeah, whatever.
I didn't notice that.
Probably caught him like
Yeah.
4 times. Same stupid fish.
Of course, wintertime sunsets. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Crystal clear air. And
Maggie and I got a real good one coming back across from New York the other day.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were crossing the CBPT.
See, that shit clears up, man. It's awesome.
Too much haze in the summer.
Yeah. That's another nice one, that 48 big fatty. Yeah, the significance of this.
That's what I
Yeah. 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Yep.
On the drift, Lee catches a 32-incher.
Yep.
And I catch 4.
Right. Giants.
2 years in a row, our first day I'm on a trip, on the drift, that happens like two seasons in a row. It was ridiculous. And this is all theoretically type of stuff, you know. The
Plus, we're
information
talking about dinosaurs now, so this could be false.
they don't even exist anymore. I don't know. Man.
You
That
might be able
that
to find
dude
some
Vic up in-
skeletons.
That dude Vic up in, where is he? New Jersey?
Yeah. No,
He's-
New York. He's in Long Island area. Yeah.
He's
yeah.
crushing
Yeah,
them,
he's
dude.
probably caught more sharks than I have at this point.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many drums?
We're talking about Eric. You
I think I got reds.
How
I
many
got
top
reds.
dogs has he caught?
They catch some togs up there.
They do.
You know.
And you got Eric Harrison up there too. That guy's freaking ridiculous in Boston.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Actually. Hoagies.
Dude, the other day they were catching them on top waters.
Yeah.
Vic was yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's when I'll get Skype. That's what I want to do. Is who catches? I look through Facebook. Who's made some catches this week? Who wants to talk about their catches?
That would be cool.
Yeah,
If you can do it that
I'm working
way.
on it. I'm working on it. What I could probably start out with is doing just without doing the mics and all that stuff. Just trying to do it audio wise.
You
Just
might test it with
ambient.
Richie even if you want to.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna try that out with the different computer. I need another laptop and all that shit too. Yeah, it is my favorite rod. Oh, that's what I was using for my jigging rod. It's just that tip, that action is so good. I mean, this shot right here, you can see it. You see it nice right there, but right there in that 4th, 5th is where it stops, and that's where your torque is. That's where you can get the
All
pull,
the
and power,
yeah,
boom,
you're
boom.
saying,
Yeah.
the bow, your kayak skipping because
Yeah, you turn, you get it to that, immediately turns.
The launch.
Yeah, I didn't go into that because I said it on the second movie.
Yeah.
Right, I just kind of
Yeah,
touched it. And a guy
yeah.
asked me recently about that. Yeah,
enough of that wasn't done.
Yeah. So some of this that I'm kind of repeating was on the second DVD, second fishing DVD, but trying to also reiterate it, but not trying to go too deep into that stuff, so I can go deeper into other stuff. Like keeping the eels alive, it's a big deal. Those things are expensive.
Yeah.
And if you plan on going often, you know, you want to keep them for a couple of days or whatever. And it worked. It's going to spin.
Yeah, I see that. Sometimes you still get the where it's just one big blob of
Yep.
eel
Yep.
with all your leader in there somewhere too.
Yeah, just redo.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, exactly.
Redo. So hit the bottom. I'm reeling it up. I forgot I didn't check the drag. But check that.
Yeah, it's the worst. You get it engaged, you go like this. It's, oh crap!
Ah. Done that before.
Yep. Everybody that's fished over there has done that.
Yeah. You hear
I
it
mean,
too.
we used to get enough bites, so it didn't matter.
You hear it too. Oh, zip.
Man, we used to get so many bites over there. It was stupid.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
The year I decided to start
I'm-
trying is when it stopped.
Yeah. You caught the last year of it.
Yeah.
I'm still having hope that
could happen,
they're
though.
gonna, the ones that are out in the ocean all the time, that's where they are, and they're gonna come in, and the alignments are gonna work, and all this other shit. It's gonna happen. It's all gonna work right, but it hasn't lasted.
Yeah. Jeff was just saying on the drive down, I was like, we were talking about this. He's like, man, I really hope they show up this year. I was like, yeah. Cross my fingers too.
I hate it.
Yeah, this was beautiful having this footage because it was
Yeah.
yours was actually you just said it was going nuts, and then you got grabs because it happens like that.
Yep.
I didn't put the whole fight because it was one
Dark.
light, dark, yeah. And you were mad at it. You were mad at it.
Oh, I had lost another one earlier.
Yeah.
Around the piling.
That's right.
I was fishing the pound net there,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I lost one around the piling just earlier than that. Rick had lost one.
Yeah.
It was one of those days where fish were just coming off the hook, and it was just aggravating.
Oh, yeah. Rick one day, I think he hooked up like 3 or 4 times and dropped all of them.
Yep. Yeah. I've
I was
seen
right
that.
next to him the whole time. I was like, jeez, man.
Rubber hooks.
Yeah.
During dinosaur season. You have long hair. There, you haven't caught stripers with long hair. Man, I want him to come back so bad. I don't even.
They're fun, man.
I would scale down my tackle and catch 36, 38 inchers. It's just fun.
I'm peeing right here.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I cut it out. I cut it out just because it was gross, but I mean, I'm literally,
Naturally.
the last 2 pumps of pee shot out and the fry goes off. And I miss him. I fully miss him because my drag was loose. Right, not super loose, but it was loose enough where he went, you let's let it loose, and I was like, all right, and he grabs it again. Poof. Yeah, I'm like 190 pounds here too.
Just when I come out from
Yeah.
around the corner
Yep,
at fat boy status.
yep. Both of us fat boys. You got beard.
It is kind of that type of fishing, though. Sometimes you're
Sometimes.
just sitting there waiting.
Oh man, we had done it so much.
We got fat face.
We had been doing it so much for a month almost.
Yeah, and with nothing. This is one of
Yeah.
the slower. I think this was the only one got caught this year. That year.
Yeah, we had been. This was an evening, change of the tide. He came out a little
Just
before
like,
me.
one
I
of the
showed
last-
up over there,
One of
and
the last ones we caught at the ships. Like right, directly. Well,
Yeah.
pound net pounds, but you
Yeah.
know, there the area. No, I caught him off there the next year. Off, but it was
On your way out.
yeah, but still, it was right there. It was that close.
they're so big, and they're so docile when you get them in.
Yeah, 190. Fatty face, 175. Stick that fucker.
Screw those things.
Yeah, it was the second one, like in a
Like, he
row.
had it like up immediately,
Yep.
and then he goes.
Yeah, I love that. Look at that. Boom. Turn in.
I do that same thing. I do the exact same thing.
But the thing is, under 44 inch, we don't see.
Yeah.
That's how you tell what size it is. You stick
I'm
it on.
literally
Yeah.
Just get up.
Because now he goes. Now he's running. Now he's got his bearings. Now he's going. I just wanted to have that first explosion with him. And now the fight's on. But yeah, but under 44s we see like that. Over 44s we don't see. You don't wait to see them for for another minute or so.
Right.
Demon rolling up late. And here I see I don't see it as hooks all the way through, and I kind of like jar it in just to make sure it's in real good. That's what I was doing at that spot. But that's a nice one, fatty.
Like when they get that little.
If people want to know how big they are, enough. That's how big they are. Enough. Enough to be fun. How much do they weigh? Enough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, talking about just the area and the
It's just over. Yeah, what is the attracting there? Is this? It's not the ships itself. Ships are just part of it.
From the Chuck to Chesapeake.
Yeah.
From Cape Charles to
Yeah, it was really doing that drift, and once we get into that, but that was really important to show the safety factors on that because we can get caught and then you're paddling against the current forever, and it's almost.
Dude, that day we went down with Tex and ended up. Where did we end up? We ended up
down the high rise. We're close enough to the high rise that there's a little bridge.
Jeez,
yeah, we stopped at the little bridge and got on land.
That day, the thing I show on here with the current, when the current with the pilings. That's a 3.5 knot current. We got caught in the fog and ended up down south. Didn't know we were down there.
That's scary, dude.
We were at the little bridge.
That's one of those 3-hour tours.
Yeah. It reminds me of the one.
Kevin had some extra food or something.
Yeah. Remember Jack Daughtry got stuck out there in the fog. He ended up way out.
We at least could see the towers.
Yeah,
see a boat. We couldn't see land, but we could see towers, and then we got close to land. We could see pound net ponds. That's when I took the shot of that pound net because it was amazing.
Yeah,
it was amazing. It was a river running through there. Yeah, there's some splash.
Nice.
And like this explosion, it just goes everywhere. Look how far out it goes.
Yeah, you're maniacal with it.
I think I like it when it's calm out there.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that is so much fun.
Cross our fingers, it'll be again.
See what it does. See what happens this year. So many combinations of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the Reds are coming in because shit's coming out. This is stuff leaving, so it all depends on where that's going for where they show up. There's a little one.
Yep.
Teeny tiny.
People cursing at you right now.
Is that me?
Huh?
Whose boat was that?
That was me. No, Damien.
Damien.
Yeah.
Damien had something blue? No.
Shante.
Shut it.
Yeah. Yeah, Damien. Damien kept that. That's a musky rod. And he kept it super long. That's why he fights like that.
Did know.
Is there a long butt on?
Yeah, super long butt. You left the super long butt on there.
Goofy, that's why he fights like that.
He comes out and catches fish.
Yes.
Like a motherfucker. I might release his 55 piling fight. I might put that on YouTube because I'm not gonna save that.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I want to put that out. I'm gonna do that this winter. Do the ones with smell reds. Put that one together.
Yeah,
for us this
that'd
winter.
be fun.
We'll do that. I got nothing to produce, man. I need to.
After this,
catches
let's do some stuff. Yeah.
We didn't have the camera, the one I caught last year.
Yeah, it was at the beginning.
Oh.
It was at the beginning. It was just you landing it and pictures of it. Yeah.
You're the 32.
No, the one we caught. The only one.
Oh, okay.
Last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the only one.
Yeah.
Of any of us.
So, she got one there.
Like that one?
Richie did.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, Richie did get one earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Joe did too, didn't he? No.
No, Richie.
That was crazy. All of us were out there that night.
That was fun.
That's fun.
I'm glad it was you that got it. Though.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to break a couple year curse on that one. A couple year curse on that one. Yeah. Yeah, I thought he was snagged, but he was wrapped. Yeah, because I stopped. I was like, okay. I kind of gave him some slack, and there he goes. He wakes up and gets his bearings and starts going.
Why am I being snatched around sideways?
Yeah, I was like,
Sucks.
what's wrong with this? That's what I did. Trying to get some suntan on that forehead. Yeah, 3.5 knots, no joke. I mean, you think of a stream, that entire body of water is moving at 3.5 currents.
That's scary.
Like this is this shot.
Yeah.
That's 3.5 knots. That's that day. See how foggy it is out
Yeah.
there? Yeah,
Nuts.
yeah. And the pilings are moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got shitty.
We
were out for a lot.
We were out there, and I heard that, and I was like, "What is
What the
that?"
hell is that?
And I paddled over to it. Oh, jeez, this is crazy. Yeah, this stuff is important. I felt like this was like I really want to get this right because you can fuck somebody up to go out there and get this wrong.
Somebody
You're not
could
ready for
really
it.
End up
You don't time things right.
in the news, man.
Don't be on the news.
Don't
Don't make the news, bro.
And last year, that was like the only spot they were. That's why I wanted to show it because whenever they do come through, last couple of years, that's been the only spot, the fishery. So we had to do it. And last year, I didn't have enough weather in the right situation to even get a drift.
Yeah, for that we at least have boating reports to go by, so that is nice about
Yeah.
that area.
Yeah.
We know if they're there because there's always people that are going to be trying.
In that area, in
Yeah,
the plantation
yeah,
area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's just such a hard spot to get to for us. I mean, it's right in the middle of 7-8 miles, if that's what it is, I think. The difference between it. Right? The whole thing is like a 7-mile run. With
You've been editing this thing for so long. You've caught every little thing that.
and things I can't change like that.
Yeah.
Idiot. Give it a little action. A little spinny action. We put a spinny blade on it too.
Yeah. That's no bullshit.
That was one of those 4 days too. I was even so confident the other guys were going to have it. I put the standard definition on mine and gave the guys
So
the
they
HD,
would-
and I ended up catching 4.
And everybody gets.
Yep.
And those reels break. I'm done with that shit.
Small.
Just any small reel for any big fish. It's just they go out too fast. I'll deal with the weight of a larger reel, just smaller, larger reel, just to be able to.
You do put a lot of pressure on. So
Yeah, handles. I have a habit of pulling on handles along with the rod.
Right.
Just
So
pull the
you're-
rod. I've bent handles before. I've bent handles on big rods before. How did I do that? Why has it been out like that? Oh, because I'm looking at the footage going, ah! This was ridiculous. Cast out. I mean, as soon as it hits the water, the line's going. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I've done that a few times. It's so much fun.
Ridiculous.
So make sure your bait is just cast out.
It was funny as the boat's in the back, right? There's where everybody's at.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's way out there. We're like right off the ships by ourselves with a few other kayakers. Yeah, this is a pretty one too.
They all suck.
The little dance.
Why don't they just pull the hook and get away? Get away!
I'll flare it out.
Yeah, they suck. Cut that thing's throat.
I kept
They're
those two.
gonna die
I kept
anyway,
those two little
man.
stripers the other day and just ain't got no damn.
They're gonna die anyway, man. They're dinosaurs. They're becoming extinct. They're on their way out.
Yeah.
Yeah. They start to get when they start to get real big and they got those straight lines. You start to see distance in between the dots. That's when they're starting to get big. The dots don't connect anymore.
I'm belly on that one too.
Yeah.
That was a
That's a nice, just good, specimen, you know.
Full of bunkers and eels. Probably my eels.
That sitting there. All of a sudden, what?
Yeah, whoa, what's
There's something happening.
We've been out all day. You guys had Jay had hooked one, you had hooked one,
Went through
you
a
had
run.
hooked one and one too, and I was
Several or
finally, yeah,
a few. I had a lot of bites or something.
and I'm
Yeah.
like yelling, I'm like, eat it, eat it, eat it, because like with light line you can't really slam set the hook
No.
out, so I wanted him to actually eat
Yeah.
it.
You wanted-
so
yeah.
kind of why I repeated that to myself like a gazillion times.
Even after you hit, come time, you just hold on and stay there. That surprised me when I was like,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it came.
I wasn't gonna come over and film. I was gonna take a couple shots, and I was gonna hang back and wait for you to fight it out. And I was like, he's already out. And I started someone gotten close to you.
Overall, it didn't take nearly as long as I thought it was.
I wasn't the size
No.
that you were.
This is true.
targeting.
Yeah, this is
It was,
true.
yeah. I mean, this still took us 6 minutes. I mean, that's as long as we ever take on any fish.
Right.
But you got a heavy leader, right?
The leader, yeah, the
Yeah.
leader's heavy.
So once you got in there, you've got.
Yeah, I go from your IGFA. There's a bunch of rules where in saltwater you're only allowed a certain length of leader, and I went from 8 to 20, and then to 50, I think.
Nah, stepped
I
it up.
think from 20 to a swivel, and then to 50.
That was a pretty one still though. Had all those
Nice
colors to
color
it.
on that
Yeah.
one. The hook was barely on there. I remember actually just yanking it off.
Huh? Just
It's-
skinned it.
Yeah, up like on the roof of its mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, this was pretty funny. I mean, that boat was like.
Jay. In the position. Look at him, dude. This is how he does.
Well, this
He's
is
stupid,
funny.
and the rod goes over the other side.
Yeah, he
Look at
grabs
him
it,
go.
guy puts his monster down and slips to the deck. Like that, hooks it backwards. The agony comes from right when you unhook this fish. The yell of agony.
Oh,
Yeah.
for him.
The scream of
the scream,
agony.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same
Ah!
It's the same day we were talking about.
Yeah.
That's why like you
Oh,
guys
this is-
all- actually
That's a small one.
Yeah.
41,
42.
40.
Yeah, 42. But pretty.
They just snapped
And with the colors, look at all the colors, the
Yeah.
blue and the fish and the purple. I mean, those are
cheap.
good shots, man.
And I had one hooked. A school of them came through. Rob got one, Kevin got one.
The boat, it was boat, me, then you, and then Jay. No, Jay and then you. So it went boom, 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 boom. This shit's hilarious right here.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like the slowest section of this movie, but there's so much happening.
I'm glad you left it,
Yeah.
the gap in there because it just shows like exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Minus nothing.
But this, watch. I know right there what I'm going. Like not here, but the ones with, not this one. This one's like, oh, he's on. He's on. I got him now. No, I don't. But while I'm dealing with that,
Mouth wide open and everything.
while I'm dealing with that, I make sure I get that in freezer wool so that bitch don't get take.
Yeah.
That good.
Next
Rod
thing
goes
flying right out. Yeah.
No, but this is the shit. I'm like so like.
Yeah.
I'm
You can see
sparkling,
'cause
man.
you're going- you're
I'm
going
so
back
much
and forth.
energy in my head right now. I'm like, I can feel them. I can feel them down there. They're fucking looking on my shit, and somebody else is gonna hook up. I'm looking around, look up. Look up. I just look at the fucking rod and I look up again.
Turn around, see what.
Look at these
somebody
guys
else
mumble to
did.
myself. Up. Like up. No.
Wait.
What's going on over here? Something's gonna happen. Something's happening.
Look again.
Something's happening. What's going on with my eel? What? I wasn't even happy about it. I was like, oh.
Got you.
This was weird. Let's check and see if I'm there, alright. Try to set my gloves back on, and I gotta take them off again. Like, wait a minute. Like I said, like,
Wait.
huh.
Is this? You have a crazy laugh at the end of one of these. It's freaking hilarious.
Motherfucking my shit. Don't fuck with my shit.
Yeah, I was talking to Josh while he's on this tour.
Okay. I was wondering about that.
He's all Christian, I'm cussing while I'm missing his fish. I'm like, I felt bad about it.
That's alright, man. He drank all my beer. He left all of his food here, though. Yeah. Like boxes of cereal and shit.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I messaged him and he's like, yeah. You never came up and met him. He was like, dude, if Kevin doesn't come up, don't worry about it.
Oh, that's right.
The great Luke. All married up now.
Yeah.
Never going fishing again. Ice fishing and stuff.
He was still, I think he was saying he might have been moving to Carolina.
He's like
at
the
some point.
tundra, dude. He ain't coming back to
Yeah.
Carolina. He's in the tundra. People get caught up there. It's already too late in the year to leave. Fucking shit's frozen.
Wootens. The Wootens
It's like Ohio or something.
Wootens back there.
It's cold. Yeah, they were out there the day that was. I was cussing a lot in front of them. They were out there
Like
the day
this
that Rob.
Good shot. Boom. Zap. Bam.
Ninja style.
Yeah.
The Wootens were out there today. Jay got that one.
Yeah.
I lost mine. You got a few or something. Rob got his.
Yeah, they did the
They
full
were
trip
there.
with us that
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
No, they were in front of us. We met.
Yeah,
we caught
sure.
up to them.
I'm sure.
And they were like, yeah, we'd had a few bites, and we started getting bites immediately around them.
Yeah.
That was a day full of short strikes too, though.
Yeah.
Remember you started.
That
off
was
with
the weird. That was most of those are from that day. They're,
Oh, right.
Yeah. Even the one I missed, that's later on that day as the sun was going down. We drifted north and I had another short strike. It was just one of those, and everybody else was having short strikes.
Yep.
They were just doing that. It was weird.
This shot's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Coming in.
This one. Yeah.
Yeah. Little fingers come down.
Nasty.
And then the wind shifts and
Yep.
yeah. Yep, saw that coming. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Perfect timing.
Big stupids. There I am in the drifter out there. Drifting. Hopefully
Yep.
that'll be the ultra.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that boat. And it's so good because if you get caught, you got the best paddling boat. You know, you got the boat you can paddle. And a good old Chesapeake sunset.
Yeah.
Apparently I didn't catch anything that day.
Cranking that fucking year. That was one of those years that is filmed.
Was that last year with Rigolski and me? Because you set up the camera. I remember you setting up the camera towards there. You were. It was
That's
us,
down.
right?
It's down.
This
at
is
the
down.
water.
This is down off
the water.
off the lodge part where I walk down every day
Okay. Yeah,
at
maybe
my
not.
evenings when it was blowing.
But you know what I was talking
No,
about.
it was blowing that day. It was blowing. It was blowing.
Yeah, that day was calm for us.
That's right. But except no fish. That's it.
Yeah.
There are no fish. You have to bring like archaeologists and shit.
Alright.
Good time.
Cool. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the DV commentary. I think we let some cool little inside
Yeah.
commentary type of stuff. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this watching?
We could probably do it again and it'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah. But or, yeah, who knows? I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking about. So.
Right.
It's usually the way this podcast goes down. Somebody goes, Dave at
Squirrel.
work brings up something that we said. I was like, okay, what was that? And what was I talking about? You know, it's
We
just-
already
right.
yeah, we're just in a run on mouth, and I don't really know what the hell's going on. Hi guys, Thanks for watching the podcast. Rob's website is at anglingaddict.com, angling-addict.com. Thanks for the studio audience. Rogowski and what's his last
Jeff
name?
Lockhart.
Lockhart?
Yeah.
Okay. And you have a website? No. And you're still doing alloutkayakfishing.com?
Yeah,
Okay.
some new stuff coming, hopefully, when I'm stopped being lazy.
Dude, you came up to the shop and you were talking about how lazy you were. That's just been a theme lately, so yeah stop that. Alright,
I don't know. You switched. Yeah.
Alright.
Now you got the plus.
Jesus, he was on this fucking conversation again. On a fucking phone conversation. Alright, thanks guys. Podcast was Yak Attack at yakattack.us. Later.
Bye.